Hi YouTube, today we're going to have a look at a coffee grinder from DeLonghi. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen and let's just have a look around the box. Here we can see that obviously it is a coffee grinder. There's not much more that you need to know. It does have a removable ground coffee container. So once you've ground your coffee, it is easier to obviously take that out and pour that straight into your cafetiere or whatever you use to make your coffee. It also includes a brush to clean, and there's a cable tidy underneath to keep the electrical cable neat and tidy. So without further ado, let's just get this open. Okay, so we'll just pop open the cardboard at the back, lift the lid, and then first of all we are presented with the brush itself. So let's have a look at the brush. Okay, so it's just a plain simple brush with a slight curve on to clean out the coffee grinder capsule. Next on top we have the power plug, so we just remove the polystyrene insert and we can take the coffee grinder straight out. I'll just move the box out of the way. Okay, so inside we do have some paperwork. We have a brochure and instruction manual. Okay, so let's have a look at the coffee grinder itself. So we have the standard UK 3-pin plug. Let's just take the protector off. And then if we rotate it round, we can see that it twists off to gain access to the removable coffee grinding container. And in there we have a twin blade design for grinding the coffee. Just pop that back in, rotate, and it drops in. And then we have the lid itself. There's a little piece of paper with some instruction diagrams in there, so we'll just take that out for the moment. Okay, and then we also have the push button on the top to activate the grinding process, like so. And then at the top, at the back, we have this little slot here, and that is so we can store our cleaning brush. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll get this all plugged in and I'll get some coffee beans in there and we'll give it a test run. Okay, so we're plugged in and ready to go. I've got some coffee beans here, so let's pour some in, and what I'll do is I'll just take it up to the maximum mark, which is inside the back of the coffee cup grinder. In fact, I'll only do it halfway. Okay, so we'll pop the lid on, twist to lock, and then we just press and go. Now with this model, there is no timer or a way of detecting on how coarse or fine your beans are ground. So what you need to do is just play it by ear, grind it, have a check. If it's not fine enough for you, then carry on and do it again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this in little bursts and see how it goes. Okay, so without further ado, let's press the lid down. Now I'd say that was probably about 5 seconds, so I'll just have a look. Okay, so that is quite coarse. There's still some large pieces of bean in there. So what I'll do is I'll give it another whirl. Okay, so we are looking a lot finer now. There's still a few larger pieces in the bottom, but for what I use, a cafetiere, it's advised that you use coarse ground coffee anyway, so that is not too bad, to be fair. Maybe I'll just give it another 5 seconds and leave it at that. Okay then, so I'm going to get this in the cafetiere and I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee. Back in just a second. Okay, so here we go. My cafetiere has been pre-warmed with some hot water. And I put 4 heaped teaspoons in here. This is how I prefer to do it. 2, 3, 4. Pour in some hot water. It's just boiled, but I've left it a few seconds to cool down. Don't want to put too hotter water onto coffee because apparently it does burn the beans. So I've been told. Okay, so just give that a little stir. Put the lid on the cafetiere. We'll leave that for a few minutes and then we'll plunge down. Okay, so that's been about 3 minutes. Let's plunge down and we'll have a look at the coffee in just a moment. That seems to push down okay. Doesn't seem too fine, and it seems about the same amount of pressure that I need to press down when I buy pre-ground coffee. Okay, so let's just get a cup and a pour and just have a look. Yep, that looks good to me. I'll drink that in just a moment. Let's get the coffee out of the way. Okay, so ladies and gents, here we have the DeLonghi Coffee Grinder. If you do wish to purchase one of these, you can get one from Amazon and I'll provide a link in the description below. This is one of the basic bottom end ones, so it's good for somebody who's new to making coffee, fresh instead of using instant, or also for somebody for those on a budget. Highly recommended, does the job perfectly, and I give it a massive big thumbs up. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and share this video with everyone you know.